Welcome to Musto Invest in Cambodia, and in today's video I'm here with a guest, a very experienced and reputable person here in Cambodia, Dr. Ken Gadaffi. Adobo, very nice to meet you here. And
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Ivan. It's my pleasure.
Thanks for joining this interview. Today we will talk about his life story here in Cambodia, why he moved to Cambodia, and also about the investment opportunities in this country, as well as the African community here in Cambodia. But before we start, don't forget to like the video, share to your friends, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button, and contact us if you need any legal service in Cambodia, like company registration, visa extension, if you want Cambodian citizenship by donation or investment, or if you want to get an apartment or any property for rent, or if you want to purchase a property. We do it all here in Cambodia. And yes, check out our official websites in the description below, including Musto Camborentos if you would like to rent a property in Cambodia. And let's get started. So yes, Mr. Ken Gadaffi, I should call you Dr. Ken Gadaffi.
Yeah, it's all right.
So we've known each other for quite some time, and you have seen me evolve over the last few years.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, when did you arrive to Cambodia? And first of all, how many years have you been here in Cambodia?
Thank you, Mr. Ivan, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. First and foremost, I think I really appreciate what you have done. You have really, like you said, I've seen you evolve from a young boy to become a very promising man, and I must commend you for that. Going to your question about how long I've been in Cambodia, I think this is my 22nd year. I arrived Cambodia in 2003, and since then I've been here, though I've been going on and off, visiting different places, but I would say Cambodia has been like a home for me in the last 22 years.
Okay, great. So why did you come to Cambodia?
I've answered this question several times, and the answer is still the same. Fate brought me to Cambodia. Actually, I was in China, and from China, I moved to Laos. I was just traveling, and then on getting to Laos, I discovered that Cambodia is next door. I came to Cambodia with the intention to just spend about a week just touring, trying to see what's happening in Southeast Asia before I could go back to China. But when I arrived Cambodia, honestly speaking, Ivan, Cambodia was a charming country at that time. Just coming out from the civil war, the long-drawn civil war, things were really picking up. And my background is in rural development. I got my postgraduate in rural development and rural sociology and development. And also I have my background in agriculture. So that was what really attracted me to Cambodia, because Cambodia at that time was just coming out, like I said, from their long-drawn civil war, the lack of human resources, a lot of things. So along the line, I was invited to teach. So because their human resources was really lacking then, and especially they wanted to learn the language of English. So that was what propelled me to sit back in Cambodia. I got my first job in Cambodian University of Specialties, and ever since then, I've taught in several universities, and I'm still teaching in now currently in the Acleda University of Business.
Okay, great. So since 2003, how has Cambodia changed? Because we are now in 2025, and you've been here 22 years. Can you recall some moments? How was Cambodia back in 2003? How did it evolve over the last years, including Phnom Penh City? Since we are here in this office, you have your own company here, RSISA Plovtech, this company that does IT, and also you said you have the background in education, and also you're an expert in agriculture, so you can also provide this special service. But please, can you share a bit, how was Cambodia from 2003?
Honestly speaking, Cambodia has evolved, and I feel proud, honestly, to be part of that evolution. Because like I said earlier, when I arrived Cambodia, it was laid back, though it has that charming nature. When we first flew into Cambodia at that time, by the time you are at the airport, at the air, landing towards the airport, you will see a land filled of water if it's in the rainy season, or just dry land, rice field. Very pockets of houses, you understand me? But today, I would say the real estate has become very large, and Cambodia is currently valued to be about 520 billion real estate properties.
Wow.
You understand? And in this year, experts, I'm sure you are aware of this, are already projecting that Cambodia's GDP in terms of real estate will rise. At that time, like I said, it was really laid back. Most of the infrastructures were completely local, or let me say, underdeveloped, you know. So I must commend the government of Cambodia, led by His Excellency Samdech,
which you also met.
Yeah, I met him several times, and he even gave me an award as the Moanesa of Cambodia. I will talk about that later. So, in fact, Hun Sen did a lot. At that initial stage, like I told you, they just came out of the war. A lot of people never gave Cambodia a chance. But one good thing I will tell you is, for the past 22 or 23 years, the Cambodian real to dollar has remained stable, about 4,000, let me say 4,000 to a dollar. The highest it will go is 4,100. And then it comes down again back to 4,020. Currently, it's about 4,020. You understand? So that is the big achievement I would say Hussein made to ensure that the currency is stable. And inflation is on the lowest, less than 2 or 3% annually. Less than. You understand me? The highest inflation in Cambodia has gone in the last 22 years I've been here. It's not more than 5%. You get it? So, and this is what has promoted a lot of investment. This is what has attracted a lot of investors to Cambodia. You see people coming from China, from Singapore, from Malaysia, from Europe as a whole, EU, from America, from UK, from Australia. And this has really helped to make the country evolve. A lot of people, I make a joke, just a trivial joke. When I first arrived in Cambodia, a lot of people, my friends outside, keep asking, what are you doing in Cambodia? Because the only thing that come to their mind was the Khmer Rouge, the bombings, the wars, and the things and that. So a lot of people never thought Cambodia could come out of what it was then. But honestly speaking, in the last 22 years, Cambodia has really grown. I will not say they are developing countries now, or rather, I will not say they are underdeveloped countries now. I think they are choosing to become purely developing country and competing with, the developed countries.
Okay, it's great to know this, and thanks for sharing. And what about the next 22 years? What sectors, what are the investments? You mentioned real estate, and yourself, you're specialized in education, agriculture. How do you see Cambodia evolving in the next 22 years? Do you still think Cambodia is a good country for investment? You know, myself, I'm here for more than 10 years, and I help foreigners that want to come here, move here, invest here. Do you think Cambodia is still a good country for investment? How do you see Cambodia moving in the next, let's say, 10 to 20 years?
I think at the moment, Cambodia is ranked about the second or third fastest developing economy in Southeast Asia. They are projected to have an increase in their GDP in this year to about 6.5 to 7% increase. So what does that tell us? It tells us that investment opportunities in Cambodia is on the rise. I mentioned the real estate. Yes, if you see Cambodia now, Cambodia has changed from when they build houses. When I first came, most of the houses were made from woods. But now they've changed the architecture. You see estates, which they call bore. There are a lot of boroughs now, estates, you understand me? And modern. A friend of mine who recently came from Europe he was wild. He said, oh, this is Cambodia. He never thought this was Cambodia because it looks like Europe, even looks like America. So the real estate is really growing. Then one good thing, like I said, Hussein did then was to ensure their education is growing. And so they invested in the education. Not only in the public schools, they invested in the private schools. Most of the private schools were giving some tax rebates, they were giving opportunities, they were giving incentives, and even foreign aids came into the educational sector. I mean, any country that really wants to strive must invariably invest in their education sector.
So yourself, you work for the NOCC, the National Olympic Committee, from 2009 to 2022. So you've been part of Cambodian sports. You travel to the Asian Games, you travel to the Olympic Games, the SEA Games. You represented Cambodia as an official. So what about Cambodian sports? Do you think Cambodian sports has a good future since you've been involved for so many years?
Well, Cambodian sports is equally under the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports. So that was where they did a very good job. And fortunately, I was involved in that. And yes, when I joined the NOCC in 2009, precisely before then, I was involved in sports writing. I write for the Phnom Penh Post, I write for the Cambodian Daily, I wrote for some Khmer News, Kampuche Krom, and things like that, you know. So, and at that time, nobody writes about local news because Cambodian sport, when they play football, they lose woefully. 9-0, 7-0, even to neighbors like Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia. But what we did at the NOCC then is I came up with what we call the strategic plan. And that was why I was called the Oracle of Cambodia. Because at that time, a lot of people never saw the future of Cambodia. But I saw something unique in Cambodia. The people want to learn. And that's the beginning of success. They want to learn. They were open to receiving foreigners. You understand me? When we came, they don't care whether I was a black man. You understand me? They don't care whether I was from Nigeria. They don't care whether I'm from Africa. So I became the special advisor to the Olympic Committee. I was advising them. You understand me? So we came up with a strategic plan, 4 years, 8 years, and in 2014, we won the gold. Asian gold. In Taekwondo, through something man. And that really brought Cambodia into the limelight. People now say, oh, Cambodia has sportsmen like this, they can win. For 60 years, Cambodia did not win any medal in the Asian Games. And we started with the SEA Games, where we got 9 gold medals in Myanmar. You understand? We only got 3 or 4 in Indonesia in 2011. And in 2013 in Myanmar, we got 9. And from that moment, we continued to surpass it. And in 2023, Cambodia hosted the Southeast Asia Game, and we got tons of medals. So the crux of the matter here, Ivan, is that Cambodia has been so open, and the sports, just like the educational sector, the real estate sector, is really evolving.
So what about the African community here in Cambodia? There was recently a video from CNA about the African community. What are the positive things and the negative things for Africans that want to move to Cambodia? Do you still think it's a good country to come for Africans to come to Cambodia? You're a very successful person, yourself from Nigeria. Your son is a professional basketball player, recently got married. And this is, we call it success. But there are many successful business people here from Africa, here in Cambodia. What are some things that you think Africans that want to move to Cambodia should know before coming here? How is the community of Nigerians and other Africans here in Cambodia?
Yeah, Ivan, I will say I owe a lot of my success to Cambodia. You understand me? When I arrived Cambodia, like I said, it was a laid-back country. But one good thing was that they received me, not minding whether I'm from Africa or from Nigeria. They were welcoming, you know. And like you said, that video projected briefly, not fully, briefly, I would say, some aspect of what the African communities are doing here. And to be honest with you, we have a very large community. Most of them are teachers. Some others are businessmen doing transportation from Cambodia, was Asia to Africa. And we also have restaurants, African restaurants, numerous of them are now in Phnom Penh. And then we also have a lot of them playing sports. Unfortunately, the number of Africans, or let me say, yeah, Africans or Nigerians in the Cambodian Premier League has dwindled. But we have the credit. Cambodia must thank us. They must thank the Africans to give them the credit of making the world to know about Cambodian football. Unfortunately, now they are not really considering most of the African players. Now players from Europe, from other parts of Asia are coming because of the restrictions. But I would say the African players really made Cambodian football to grow, because there was that competition. Then, like most of us, we are coaches. I coach grassroots football. There are so many coaches. Presently, I think there are about 4 or 5 African coaches in the Cambodian league. But unfortunately, I don't know why they've not been now absorbing more of the African players. So talking about those who want to come to Cambodia, the fact is that you must have a skill. The world today has evolved beyond you just taking your bag and baggage and traveling. What made me to be successful in Cambodia is because I have a skill. Like I told you, I have my first degree in agriculture, my second degree in agricultural extension, my postgraduate degree in rural development. So then when I traveled again, I diversified, I improved, I got involved into coaching, you know. So Africans coming to Cambodia must have a skill, not just carry your bag and baggages and enter into the plane and say you are going to look for greener pasture. Yes, the grass is always greener at the other side, you know, but the moment you get to that place and you don't have any skill, then it becomes difficult. So I don't see much restriction, or I don't see any restriction about Africans coming to Cambodia at the moment. The fact is that they want to, I think the authorities want to ensure that the people coming are legal. Of course, you can see what's happening in America now. Donald Trump is taking the same stance. You understand? If you want to go into that country, follow due process.
Okay. So it's lastly, what are some like you mentioned yourself? You did sport. You contributed a lot in sports like football, basketball. So do you think Cambodia is a safe country since you live here? Is Cambodia a safe country? Anything that people watching this video should know before coming to Cambodia?
Wow, that's perfect. Cambodia is safe, very safe. Like I told you, a lot of people were skeptical when I first arrived in Cambodia. And though then, because they were just coming out of, what is his name, the civil war, it was a little bit frightening for most foreigners to come, you know. But over the years, you see, once the economy of a country is growing, crime rate will reduce naturally. So the crime rate in Cambodia, I would say, I see it clearly, it has reduced. In those days, yes, maybe you can get mugged on the street, they can pick up your bag, you know, but nowadays it's not done because the people are okay. You can even leave your motorbike or leave your property outside unlocked. I live in an estate whereby I don't park my car inside my house again. When I first came, I used to park inside my sitting room, but now I park outside on the street and nothing happens to it. So there's that safety. You can travel from here to Siem Reap. You will not even meet any threat on the road. You know, so Cambodia is really safe for foreigners, not only the indigenous, but for foreigners and investors.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ken. Very nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the interview. And yes, comment below if you're someone from Africa, you want to come to Cambodia, or if you're someone looking for a second home here in Cambodia. If you're from America, from Europe, from Asia, you want to move to Cambodia, contact us on our Facebook meta page, Instagram page, or check out our official website, including www.mustoinvestincambodia.com. This is all I have for you today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.